So yeah, in that cutscene, we're kind of given a glimpse as to what this thing could really do if in the wrong hands. Um, so welcome to the third area of the game. This is Egypt. You can tell by the sand. Uh, I know, really interesting commentary. Um, so yeah, after that little cutscene, Laura knows what she has to do. She needs to head to Egypt to find the last piece and keep Natla from getting it. Because, um, I don't know if it's explicitly stated as to who Natla is, but she is actually one of those three Atlantean uh, gods, rulers. I don't know, but we need to stop her. You can't let her get the pieces of the ski on. All right. I will say Egypt is when the developers really start to want you to die. um it gets worse, don't get me wrong. This is just where it kind of starts. You kind of notice that it starts to happen because they have some kind of dick-headed traps in here and some little annoying enemy placements. Alright, so when you pull that lever up at the top, it'll open this door down here, which is where you can pull this block out of, which is what you need to get the other block across this gap. And that's how you get up and into the rest of the level. It also has some nifty little treasures in it. Okay. So once you pull up here, kind of see a little sphinx to the side, but you don't really have time to uh, stop and stare. As you saw right there, I just barely got attacked by new to this level, but essentially the same thing as the lions from the previous level, the panthers. Black panthers, I guess. Wrong area of Africa, but um so yeah, turn left, go up that little slope, and you'll be fine. Just be quick because they if you dilly dally, it will get you, and they hurt. All right, so you'll have to drop down onto this little side right here, and this thing appears. Now, you might be wondering, what is this? Well, it's a mummy. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a monkey or if it's just like a really strange humanoid creature thing. I don't know. All right, slide down here. We got a sphinx. Um, Unfortunately, that surface is a little too steep to actually walk on. There are a few things down here. I get one of them, and then there's another one over on the side that I didn't go to. We'll be going back for it. You may have noticed there's some things on that little obelisk. Um, don't worry about that for right now. That'll be in the next level. Spoiler alert, we'll be coming back here, which is actually kind of a rare thing to do in this game, to go back to a previous part the of the overall area from a different level. So just jump into the water, you'll be fine. And down here on this side, there's more Magnum rounds. Alright, now that we got all that, there's actually a secret at the back of the neck of this Sphinx. Thankfully, this Sphinx doesn't tell or ask you riddles or anything, like the ones in Mario Odyssey or the fourth book of Harry Potter. That was always one of the interesting things that they kind of cut from Goblet of Fire, was the Sphinx inside the maze. Obviously, if you've only seen the book, or if you've only seen the movie, then you probably have no clue what I'm talking about. But if you've read the book or played the Lego game of it, they actually do have a Sphinx in that game. So I just cut out some of the saves. Like, you've seen me do it at least 20, 30 times at this point. So it's not really that important to show off. Okay, so as you might have guessed, what you need to do now is pull this block out. Now that we have the key, we can actually unlock this door. The sapphire key. I cut out a lot of crap. um that's the big reason why I do this game post, like, because I do pause quite a bit to check, make sure that I'm doing things correctly, make sure I'm not missing stuff. And especially if you die in this game, if you're not like right next to a save point, you're gonna bump back a lot, and it becomes very draining. That's why I would never recommend doing this game all in one sitting. Like, honestly, I do like these missions one day at a time. Like, I don't do these back to back on the same day, because it's way too much. Alright, draw your guns and prepare to deal with this thing. Fortunately, he did catch me. Stupid four-wheelers. Sorry, that probably came out of nowhere, because hopefully I cut the sound of it, but people are kind of obnoxious. Alright. Kill the croc, and then I'm going to use the save crystal, because I don't like, I like to kill any enemies that I can before doing a save crystal. This seems like a trap, but it's not. Don't worry. It's just a med pack. I would have been. I'm a little surprised that they didn't like summon an enemy once you got down to that end. That seems like a thing that they would have done. That's a little surprising. Alright. Swim, Laura, swim. But yes, I do these like one level at a time. I don't marathon these because that just seems really bad for my health. How about that? That might be a good way to get out of the water. That might be a good way to define it or explain it. Okay. So, again, I'm not going to use that save crystal just yet because I do want to save it for when I get this part done. Because these block pushing puzzles take a lot of time. And especially if you die, which there's something coming up that you might not be expecting if you're playing the PS1 version, at least. Because if you've played multiple or more than just this version of the game, this question is for you, because when I was looking at a tutorial, this particular enemy wasn't there. And I don't know if they maybe got rid of it in future versions of the game. I think this person was playing the PC version, or a PC version of the game. So, the other thing that I kind of forgot about was, I should have moved the first block. So, yeah, that kind of awkward cut came from, bad camera angles. I usually try and make it pretty seamless, but sometimes you can't do that. It's just unavoidable. So what we should have done was move this block into the position so that we could get up onto that higher ledge. Because unfortunately you can't jump up there from that ledge over there. It's just a little too high for Laura. And you gotta move this block all the way to the edge in order to make that jump. Okay. So, my recommendation for this. There's unfortunately no way for you to get onto the other side to kind of protect yourself from this enemy. So, what I would recommend doing is hopping back, get off this platform, because there will be a mummy that comes after you. And this is kind of the long way to do it. But you just stand here and shoot it with pistols. The other option, if you want to do it and you want to risk, the health, is to go, stay up there and use the shotgun. Or you can use pistols. Pistols just take longer, and when you're dealing with an enemy like this, that likes to sporadically run around and push you and hurt you a lot, the shotgun might just be the better option for you. Shotgun will only take 3 hits, assuming you land the hits, which sometimes that doesn't happen. Yeah, this is the long way. I just choose to do it because this is most health efficient and bullet efficient, honestly. Because unfortunately, enemies don't like to expose themselves. They like to sporadically run around like this, and it makes it really annoying when you're trying to fire through a doorway. But eventually it dies, and you can go up there safely. Now, again, for anyone who's playing like the PC version, was that enemy like taken out or something? If anyone knows, I'm just because I wasn't expecting him to show up because I was following a guide that I think was the PC version, and he wasn't there. That mummy wasn't there. But anyways, so that's one annoying thing dead, or one more annoying thing dead, or dead again, I guess, since it's a mummy. I mean, are mummies and zombies the same things? Except mummies are just wrapped in bandages. Okay, pull that switch. There's nothing else up here, unfortunately. It seems like the area to have a little hidden secret. But jump over there. You're aiming for the second one from the left. There's a thing of magnums, magnum round. And then behind us, 2 tiles, there's a slope that Laura will slide down nice and safely with a small medipack as a reward. Alright. Could probably make some of these jumps perfectly fine, but I, again, tend to play it safe. Running jump should make that. Just to make sure that I'm all the way as far back as I need to. I just hop back, get some magnums, and then there's one more secret that we need to do while we're up here. So, you might be able to see that platform. You will just barely make that jump. And you're rewarded with some Uzis. Or Uzi rounds. You won't be getting the Uzis until the very last level of this area. Alright. So, before you drop down there, hang on to here, and that will trigger the boulder so that you're not getting rolled over. Alright, so back here is a nice little secret. Large medipack and some magnums. Yeah, we're flooded in extra bullets and health packs. Okay, so hop down here. Now, do not go that way. The way that Laura's pointing. It is a trap. It's a real dick-headed trap, too. Because one way, you just fall right into some spikes. The other way triggers, looks like a set of stairs, but then switches to a slope, and Laura slides down into a bed of spikes. Again, Real dickheaded trap. Don't do it. I did it for you just so that you won't do it. You're welcome. Alright. Make sure to take the save crystal for jumping down there. But first, let's kill some panthers, because for whatever reason they're here. Unfortunately, this one is kind of hiding behind the pillar. Hate when they get crafty like that. I didn't remember this one taking so long. This is another spot where occasionally what I'll do, if I feel like I'm losing way too much health to dumb things, like unavoidable type things, or no, not unavoidable, avoidable type things, sometimes I'll like restart back from the save crystal, specifically if I haven't gone very long, you know. So here in particular, I tend to do that. I know it looks like you could make that jump to the platform, but you can't. So don't try. You're just wasting time and health. So, yeah, I'd recommend using the shotgun. The shotgun's helpful for certain enemies when you don't really have a whole lot of time before they get to you. So, in that particular instance, I didn't really want to waste a bunch of time using the pistols when they were about to corner me. I'd rather save my time and health using a better gun. That being said, the shotgun doesn't have quite as much ammo as the other guns do. I don't know what the easiest sort of vantage point is. Maybe going down onto the gray block or something is probably the easiest spot to kill these things. In case of like this, I'm fine with using the pistols because the enemy can't get to me. Like, there's no way for the enemy to hurt me, so all I'm really doing is wasting my time rather than my health. Or, yeah, I'd also be wasting bullets compared to, you know, the infinite bullets of my pistols. I can't remember if at some point I just... Yeah. Alright. So, same sort of deal on this side. Don't try and jump, because that's just... You're not going to make the jump. And besides, if you didn't go back down there already, you're going to have to in order to get the items. 6 panthers. All dead. So on this side, you're rewarded with a large medipack, and I believe on the other side, a small medipack. Because I think the side with the large medipack is unavoidable. This side is just if you want it. You don't have to, because the only reason why it would open is if you are like actually searching for that stuff. Because I think it opens on the other side of this bridge. Okay, here's another kind of dickheaded enemy placement. So after you get through this winding hallway, this thing shows up. And I'm unfortunately wasting some bullets, but he did a lot of damage. Good thing I have a lot of medipacks. Shotgun will make quick work of him. Otherwise, you just kind of gotta use your pistols. So we're actually almost to the end of the level. Or we're nearing the end of the level. This room seems like a room that would have some type of enemy in it, but I don't believe it does. There's no enemy that I've seen. So, just head towards the door. Nothing in here either. This is just a platforming challenge. You definitely don't need to spend as much time like lining up your jumps as I am. I'm just being extra cautious. All you need to do is a standing jump for all of these. Now, you can definitely get across, or get back from the other side. I just play it safe because that's just how I play. And just go back the way that I came. You could make a running jump from up on the higher platform over to that one on the right. I just tend to find running jumps to be a bit more dangerous. Because if you screw up the jump, you often you're often like also that fall should not have done that much damage. That was kind of ridiculous, and if I had already had a save crystal recently, I probably would have reset. Okay, so with that other sapphire key that we found, we can unlock this door right here and finish up the level. So, this was the city of Commune. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.